There wasn't a lot of Filipino fashion designers, especially Filipino American fashion designers that I can look up to. Hey One Down, my name is Ysabel Hilado, and this is how I went viral on TikTok for my fashion. It was just hard to find people to look up to, especially Filipino American fashion designers. I mean, there were a couple like Monique Louier. I know she went to FITM. I really loved her designs, especially since she does a lot of dresses, but I couldn't really relate because I'm not really into couture. I'm more into ready to wear designs, very contemporary, feminine. It was just hard to find people to look up to, especially people who look like me. And I think my whole goal of just also building my social media presence, I think my goal was to really inspire people along the way as I go throughout my journey as a fashion designer. And so whatever content I put out, whatever posts I put out, I hope that people are inspired. People who look like me are also inspired to really pursue their dreams as well. The biggest moment when I found out this would be a career for me was when I was on Project Runway. Because at the time, before Project Runway, I was just doing DIYs. I was posting my outfit of the days, and I was just dabbling in different parts of fashion here and there. But one thing that was always consistent was I'd love to design, I love to sew. And when I was on Project Runway, and then even though I didn't last long, that was kind of the turning point where I realized that fashion can be a career. Especially growing up in my city, there was not a lot of people who liked fashion. And so I think when I was finally in that space for the first time with so many different designers and being with all these fashion industry professionals, that's when I realized that fashion can be a thing. It can be a very successful career. Pretty much as I grew up, that's when I realized I loved to do fashion, when I was cutting my Barbie's clothes. In first grade, I was laying out my outfits for the week. I was always caring about what I wore. I loved to go shopping with my mom and my aunt at such a young age. And so pretty much I just was always around fashion. I loved reading magazines. And at the time, the internet was starting to there used to be a lot more fashion websites that I could go on, and I would make little outfit sets. And so there were just so many different ways that I could explore fashion. And then eventually, that's when I decided I think I want to go into fashion. Well, at first, especially when I first started learning how to sew, my parents were a little hesitant, mainly because I was the type of kid who I wanted to do dancing, I wanted to sing, and then I wanted to learn how to play the guitar or play the piano, but then those things never really lasted. And so when I finally asked my dad, hey, can I learn how to sew? Can I pull out Lola's sewing machine? They were like, oh, okay, maybe it's just a phase. And I was 13 at the time, but clearly the last 10 years, it's not a phase, it's literally my life now. And they've been supportive, fully supportive. I've actually just hit 1 million on one of my most recent TikToks, and it was just me showing people how I upcycled a dress that my aunt gave me. All I did was very simple alterations. I just removed the lace from the dress, gave it a little hem, and I thought it was very simple. It's definitely one of my more simpler videos than my design videos, and so I didn't really think anything would happen. And then literally 30 minutes later, an hour later, there was 25,000 views already. And I was like, okay, it's growing. And then by nighttime, I think it already hit maybe 150,000. And then it just kept coming and coming. But then as it started to grow, that I started to really get a lot more hate comments. People either really loved the alteration or the people really hated the alteration as well. And so comments were just going crazy on that video. And I think that really drove the engagement on that post. But in the end, I really love what I did to the dress. I don't really care what people think. So it was a fun video to make. It's actually at 1.2 million now, which is crazy. Ooh, well, one, the fashion industry is difficult, but if you work on your craft every day or just really never lose that passion, just never stop creating. Let's say you want to go into fashion design, try to learn how to sew, try to go fabric shopping, get inspired by the fabrics that you see. Let's say you want to go into styling. You can help assist with photo shoots. It doesn't even have to be with big photo shoots. You can just do a photo shoot at home. You can style your friends. You literally don't need to have a lot of money to start. You just really need to build your portfolio, show that you can do what you want to do, and eventually opportunities will come to you, especially if you look for it as well. I pretty much just design, create content every day. I try to manage school at the same time. So I'm a little bit of everywhere, and I also, try to make time for my family, my friends, my boyfriend. And so I'm very blessed to be able to kind of know what I want to do at such a young age. And yeah, every day is a little different, but I love what I do. Okay. Hey, one down, my name is Ysabel Hilado, and this... Hey everyone, my name is Ysabel Hilado. Oh my God, sorry. Hey, one down, okay. Hey, one down, my name is Ysabel Hilado. I am a 23-year-old fashion designer, and this is me represented.